Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's Miami FC and Charleston Battery, presented by Helbiz, Champ St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez, Espin alongside for this one. We're excited, a big one in the Atlantic Division tonight that could play a part in deciding who gets into the playoffs. Ricky, top four get in. Charleston are on the outside looking in, but could get a huge result tonight for their playoff hopes.
And it is such a big matchup, not only for Miami, but for Charleston as well. They need to get these 3 points to keep putting pressure on those teams in front of them. And if you're Miami FC, get these 3 points to keep putting pressure on Pittsburgh and get into that top two.
They could open up a big gap between themselves and the bottom four if they win tonight. Series history this season between Miami and Charleston. This fixture has always provided drama. June 18th, Charleston won it by 2-1. Since then, Miami has won 9 of 15. They've only lost twice since that game. And then in the rematch, Miami came from behind, Ricky, to win it here by 3-2.
And this game just feels different because it is different. There's so much at stake for these teams in this matchup tonight. I'm expecting a totally different matchup, a tight one, but it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be really well played out, and I'm excited for it.
Home team has never lost in this fixture. Curious to see if that's going to hold up tonight. Only one team has gotten a draw away from home. That was Charleston last season. So it's very interesting to see how it's going to play out. We'll take a look now at players to watch. Cristiano Francois, tough to overlook him for Paul Dalglish's Miami FC this season.
And the man is on fire. He is scoring goals for fun at the moment. With 7 goals on the year, you need to get him on the ball early and often. Get his confidence going and get him in and around the box. He can beat you with speed. He can beat you off the dribble. And if I'm Miami FC, I'm looking for him to have another big game tonight.
3 goals in his last 3 games. As you mentioned it, Ricky, he's red hot at the moment. He's going to have to get past this man, Joe Kuzminski, for Charleston Battery.
And there is a reason why he is just so respected in this league. He's a huge part of the Battery team. He's a leader. He's an organizer in the back. He needs to step up and have a huge game if he wants to give his team a chance to steal 3 points away from home.
Joe Kuzminski also has an assist to his name this season as well. He's been doing it all for Mike Anhauser's bunch. Here's that assist he had earlier this season against Charlotte. It doesn't happen very often, but when you're one of the best in the league, you can do things like that to help your team get the victory. This one's a big one tonight in Miami, Florida. The 305ers are looking to just about sure up a playoff spot in the USL Championship. Charleston are trying to hunt them down to get to the playoffs themselves. It's Miami FC. It's Charleston Battery. It's coming up next.
This is a football city. From the grassroots to the turf. From the streets to the cleats. We are proud to represent this city. We are proud to represent Miami. We are proud to represent you. Your community, your club.
It's Espen back here with you. Sean Ricky here with you, presented by Helbiz Miami and Charleston. Ready to go. We had the weather delay, obviously, but we are revved up for this one in the Atlantic Division tonight as we take a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by Helbiz. We start with Paul Dalglish's red-hot Miami FC.
And it's a powerful lineup, but my eyes go straight to the middle of the field. You have Akinode, Williams, Palacios. Those three are the keys to this match. They go as the team goes. It's really going to be really interesting to see the balance they have, to know when to step up, to know when to dictate tempo. And I'm really excited to see Billy Forbes and Francois get into the attack and support Reed.
We take a look now at how Mike Anhauser will counter. Here's his starting 11, not too shabby either.
No, not at all. This team is full of power, but my eyes go to Zico Lewis. It's going to be very interesting to see his partnership with DZ Hardman and Claudio Repetto. Those three are danger men. They need to have a good relationship throughout this game to get 3 points away from home.
Zico Lewis might be one of the more underappreciated players in the entire league, year in and year out. One of the best that Charleston has to offer with that phenomenal top two with Harmon and Repetto as well. Mike Anhauser's talked about the midfield and how much it's been great to have some of those guys back. Stavros Zerakostas has been one that he's been happy to have back as well. Joe Kuzminski getting ready. Zico Lewis as well. So we take a look at the injury report tonight, brought to you by Atlantic Rehabilitation Center. No Antonelli tonight for Paul Dalglish's side, and despite getting guys back, there's still quite a few out for Mike Anhauser's battery.
But it's okay. This team is full of talent, top to bottom. Look at the lineup he just put on tonight. There's so much depth in this lineup, and they are making a really good big push to get in this playoff contention.
We'll get some of those guys back as well. It's going to be a dangerous Charleston battery team in the run-in, in the chase for a top 4 spot in the Atlantic Division. Arguably the best of the playoff chases down the stretch in the USL Championship, and that's saying something this year. It seems like every division is going to provide some drama, and this one is no exception down the stretch this season. Obviously, the home team has been very successful in this fixture over the years. There was a classic 4-3 between these two last year when Miami came from 3-1 down here to beat Charleston. We'll see how this one pans out. Roles are a little bit reversed. Charleston last year were safely into the playoffs. Miami now trying to be that team with a win tonight as we're underway from Miami, Florida. Miami looking to potentially get even closer to shoring up a playoff spot tonight. Charleston trying to put themselves right back in the mix in the topsy-turvy Atlantic Division. Miami attacking from left to right in their orange kits tonight with the blue socks. And Charleston are in their road whites with the yellow stripes and the black pants. Of course, Miami recently announced their partnership with Feeding South Florida as a founding partner of its Football 305. That's why they're wearing the orange kits. They're quickly on the attack here. Charleston do well to defend it. Of course, they're also wearing the orange kits for Hunger Action Month to raise awareness on the issue of hunger in South Florida. For more information, visit feedingsouthflorida.org. Really cool initiative that Paul Dalglish and his side have been doing this season. And they're quickly on the attack as Francois in behind, but he's offside, and the flag goes up.
But it's going to be really important to see this partnership between McFarland and Francois on this right-hand side. Francois has so much pace in those legs, so look for him to get in behind and get involved in the attack, whether that's getting crosses in, dribbling and finishing. So has to be a big game from Francois tonight.
Francois had a brace in the win last time out on September 11th against Memphis 901 for Paul Dalglish's side. Scored in the 32nd and 50th minutes in a 2-0 victory for Miami away from home. Charleston are coming off a 1-1 draw against Atlanta United 2. Crawford scored in the 60th minute as it finished honors even in that one back on September 15th, just 3 days ago. And of course, both coaches mentioned that. at Mike Anheuser's team. A little bit of a shorter week for them, and Miami are a little bit more rested coming into this fixture. Again, it's been one apiece so far. Charleston won the first meeting back in June. Miami answered with a come-from-behind 3-2 victory here earlier this season as well. So it's one apiece, and in this fixture, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to take the lead in this 4-game set. And a set piece for Charleston 2.5 minutes in. Again, Miami are on a really good run at the moment, unbeaten in their last 8, unbeaten in 13 of their last 14 games overall. And since they lost to Charleston back on June 18th, 9 wins, 4 draws, only 2 defeats in 15 games. Zico Lewis will take this early set piece for Charleston Battery. Good shape on the cross towards the back post. Paco Craig with his pink hair tonight gets a head onto it and forces it out of the 18-yard box.
What a statement he's making with that pink hair.
Team again on the back foot here. Charleston trying to get a cross in. Took a little bit of a deflection on the way through. Francois with a touch to try and give his team an outlet, but Charleston regained possession. A.J. Patterson. Lewis was there to help. It's passed all the way back, and again by Claudio Repetto, who Mike Anheuser's been beaming about this week in our conversation with him. Love the way that he's played this season to really help the team. He highlighted a lot of guys, but Repetto was named that he probably said the most. He's really enjoyed the way he's come into his own this season for Charleston. Charleston trying to get off to a good start here. Pass in there again was blocked by Miami, and Francois can hold up the play a bit to help Miami escape. Although the pass is given right back to Charleston.
And we're 5 minutes in, but I really like what I'm seeing from this Charleston Battery side. The composure, the confidence to not force anything, to move the ball around, get players touches. It's been a bright start 5 minutes in.
Patterson was able to kind of shape a pass through. Zico Lewis always waving a magic wand, and a shot was blocked there. DZ Harmon, who's had a good season as well for Battery up front, had his shot blocked from on the outskirts of the penalty area. Picked back up by Kelly. And Charleston will recycle it. Charleston just 1 win in their last 5 games, but Mike Anheuser sounded really excited about the run-in. Expects his team to put together a really good run of results here. Now that guys are starting to get healthy, more continuity in the squad. They're on the attack again here. It was decent ball in the opening 5 minutes.
And it's been a really bright and early start for this Battery side. But if I'm Coach Dalglish, I'm looking at Speedy Williams, Palacios, Akinyori to get on the ball, settle down, take the air out of the tires from this Charleston Battery squad.
Headed centrally, at least it was tempted to be headed centrally initially by A.J. Patterson. Charleston will settle for the throw. Again, we had a weather delay before the start of this one. Happy you're still with us. And it was frankly smart of you to stay. This is one of the best matchups of the week in the USL Championship. I can't miss one in the Atlantic Division. Harmon was the target on the way through. Miami deals with it. But Zico Lewis recontrols it. Patterson helps out on this near side. Repetto. Zico Lewis. It's sent all the way back. Patrick Hogan to Angelo Kelly. And it's cut out by the former Lou City man, Speedy Williams. Paul Dalglish talked about bringing in Bolo Akinyori and Speedy Williams to this team and how it really changed everything in a lot of ways for Miami, and said when you bring in 2 of the best midfielders at what they do in the entire league, expectations have to change, and they've certainly lived up to the hype in orange and blue this season. Paco Craig clears meanwhile for Miami.
Going back to what you said on, yes, Speedy Williams and Bolo have been such an important part for this Miami squad. They are the anchor of this team. They sit in the middle of that field. They know when to go, when to stay, and they're just so important to Paul Dalglish and his side.
Centering pass initially from Junior Palacios. Billy Forbes helps it along. He scored a screamer here earlier this season for Miami. Certainly has a ton in his locker. Once again, it falls to Palacios. Francois Williams. Lovely work here. Francois! And a good save by Kuzminski. Snapshot from Cristiano Francois. And it's a corner for Miami.
And it's good interchange between Francois and Williams. Quick passes on top of the box. As you see here, 1-2 touch. But it's just how quick Francois is able to get this out of his feet and have a firing shot. And at the end, it's a good save by Kuzminski. But you can tell Francois is full of confidence. He's been early and active in these first 8 minutes.
Well, an early exchange between our two players to watch there as Kuzminski was able to deny Francois. Now a corner kick for Miami sent in by Reed. Chance in the middle of there. Akinyoti wasn't quite able to get on top of it. And Charleston can smuggle this away initially, and then they give it back to Miami. Only got it so far. They couldn't smuggle it out. Here's Williams. Had the right idea on the pass, but Charleston cut it out. Good turn into space by Harmon. Lewis helps it along. It's a good run being made by Stavros Zerakostas on the far side. He keeps on running here for Charleston. And it's still going here. Zerakostas, he thought he was fouled on the way through by Robert Baggio. Charleston do win it back despite the no call. Bit of a frantic start to this. This is Penn. Was able to find Harmon initially, and now Charleston slow things down initially with Leland Archer, who's back in the lineup after suspension last time out. Charleston on the attack. It's over the head of Harmon in the middle. Penn trying to recover it, and it's helped along by Palacios. It's a Charleston throw.
And one thing I want to point out, you can just see the talent that is on display for the Charleston battery in their attack. You see Penn, he started on the right side, now he's on the left. Zerakos is making a brilliant run down that right flank. There's just so much interchange and talent, and it makes it so hard for defense to keep track of the players. So it's going to have a really big shift from Paco Craig and Chapman Page in the middle of the Miami defense. They have to be very organized, very compact, and give this Charleston battery attack a lot to deal with.
Along with Connor Sparrow, a Team of the Week member for Miami, along with Francois in week 21. Now Miami trying to wriggle their way into the penalty area. Possible shouts there for a spot kick as Reed maneuvered his way inside. It's been waved away by our referee, Kalen Radisov. Francois, who was offside earlier, flag stays down against him this time. He goes down. Not as strong of an appeal this time by the boys in orange. And Charleston make a little bit of a tougher deal than they should have with this. Forbes could be in, and Kuzminski recovers. Nearly a Charleston calamity at the back. Forbes nearly pounced, but Kuzminski recovers it just in the nick of time.
And it's just a little bit too lackadaisical for this Charleston back line, but props to Miami to be on that front foot and sniffing out any opportunity they can gain. And Kaminsky dodges a bullet. You would like to see him clear that and not play with it inside of his 6-yard box.
Goodness me. Frantic start here in Miami for both sides. Archer. Penn on the near side for the battery. AJ Patterson. Play it centrally. Speedy Williams kind of forced that back, and Charleston will reset through Kuzminski. Zerakostas. I think it was just kept in on that far side. Charleston can continue their attack. Zico Lewis. Lovely ball out wide again here. Chance for Charleston to make something of this. Zerakostas. It was a good ball initially. Didn't get enough behind it, though, and Paco Craig was able to just get a foot on it. And then a foul alleviates some of the Charleston battery pressure.
And again, Zerakostas is able, as you see this, really
this was
close.
The penalty appeal with Reed, actually, earlier.
I think Charleston gets away with one there. Kelly just leaves his foot in, and Kaminsky just a little bit too relaxed and chill in this back not to clear it, and Billy Forbes as well to sniff it out.
Jeez, I think it hit off the right leg of Joe Kuzminski, and if it didn't, Billy Forbes would have had a tap in there. My goodness. Very fortunate, and Charleston are let off the hook. Repetto now for Charleston. Leaves it off for Kelly. And now Zico Lewis, tied for 4th in the league with 7 assists this season for the Battery. This is Penn making some good runs inside the penalty area. Crucial touch out there by Sean McFarland defensively. It's a corner for the Battery.
And it's a great move by Penn to fake a cross and cut it in. But what I really like is he picks his head up in this final third, has that composure to pick out a player. But in the end, it's really well defended there by McFarland to deny a goal-scoring opportunity for the Charleston Battery.
Zico Lewis again will take this corner. Can he create something for Charleston as he's done so many times before? Yes, he can! At the near post, a thumping header into the back of the net. And Patrick Hogan opens the scoring for Charleston Battery. It's 1-0.
They needed an early start, they needed a good start, and they got both of them. To get a goal in the first 15 minutes does a world of good for the Charleston Battery side. What a ball in this is from Zico Lewis, and it's an even better header from Hogan. Just to snap his head, and there's nothing Connor Sparrow can do to keep this out of this net. We're taking a look at it. Just a technique to be able to snap that ball across his shoulder and to put that on target. What a goal for Charleston Battery, and what a start.
It's Patrick Hogan's first goal of the season for Charleston Battery. It couldn't have come at a better time, and it's Zico Lewis's 8th assist of the season, and Mike Anhauser's side strike first. Well, this wild start has been punctuated by a Charleston opening goal off a set piece. And Miami, who could very well have been 1-0 up themselves as Billy Forbes was denied after a Kuzminski mistake, now find themselves trailing at home. They're looking, though, for an immediate answer. This is Francois on the attack. Looking for a cross. It's a good one, chested down. Good control, and the layoff for Williams is cut out at the vital moment. And then Harmon was looking up, trying to spring the counter. It still might be on for Charleston, although Akinyoti does very well to hold it up. And Miami wins it back, despite some Charleston protesting. Francois scampering past. Assistant referee lets it go on this near side. Referee has let them play so far in the first 15 minutes and change.
And it's going to be a really interesting matchup on this near side between Cristiano Francois and AJ Patterson. Both players are just huge parts for their squad. As we see 16 minutes in, they're going at it, and it's going to be a fight all night. Great ball here.
Great ball in behind, and Sparrow had to commit. He's able to get there first. Meanwhile, Patrick Hogan, I believe, if my math is correct, is the 14th different Charleston Battery goal scorer this season. Mike Anhauser talked about that, how it can be coming from different areas on the field. And it comes from one of the more unlikely sources, but what a ball in from Lewis, and that header didn't look like it came from a man who hadn't scored all season, that's for sure. Now Harmon on the turn. DZ Harmon trying to scamper past Craig. He might just do so, you know. He lays it off, but it's too far for Zarakostos. He's able to regain it, though. Charleston again with Kelly this time. Lewis. Penn. Takes aim, and Sparrow was well positioned.
And it's been non-stop Charleston Battery in the attacking half for this first 17 minutes in. And it's what a turn that is from DZ Harmon. Just unlucky not to find Zaragoza's. Just a little bit more composure and execution there, and Zaragoza has an open shot on Connor Sparrow. But if you're Miami, you need to clean it up in the back. The Charleston battery are getting through your lines way too easy and troubling Connor Sparrow far too often in this first half.
Well, Zaragoza made such a good run on that far side. The pass just needed to be a little bit more delicate, and it could have very well have been 2-0. Again, Miami, as Paul Dalglish told us earlier this week, it's not assured, but a win tonight would put Miami in pole position to make the playoffs. Charleston obviously need it more. They're only on 29 points coming into tonight. They need to close the gap on Charlotte in particular, but also Miami potentially. Still a long way to go, but that's a big goal potentially for Charleston to start this game off. Again, Charleston have never won here. They've drawn here once. Home team is unbeaten though in this fixture. Charleston on the attack again, and it was another good idea. DZ Harmon, again, he's been dangerous so far in the penalty area, just couldn't control the pass.
And he's been active, he's been confident, he's won the ball. You can tell he wants the ball at his feet. Just a little bit more execution, a little bit more composure, and he'll be able to find more success in that final third.
This is Reed. Good ball forward here. Couple of Miami players up with Baggio. Reed wins it back initially. Kelly tried to step in. Speedy Williams helps it along. Reed playing it through. Forbes is in. Forbes, big save from Kuzminski, and it wouldn't have counted. The flag is up.
And unlucky for Billy Forbes, just to time his run a little bit better, and he's through, but he's a little bit too active and too happy to get on that ball. But what a ball is that from? That is from Reed to find Billy Forbes. They need to get this man going. He needs to be active on that left side.
Second time Kuzminski has denied Forbes. Obviously, it wouldn't have counted anyway if Forbes was able to best him on that occasion. Of course, Francois had that snapshot earlier that Kuzminski was able to palm out for a corner kick. Other than that, Miami haven't had a ton so far. It's been a lot of this, a lot of Charleston attacks. DZ Harmon trying to scamper his way through, but a crucial touch by Chapman Page.
Yeah, really well defended there, not to leave his feet and draw a silly foul.
20 minutes in. They've flown by these 20 minutes. It's been fun so far in Miami, especially for the neutrals, as this is a foul for the home side, as Angelo Kelly concedes the free kick.
Just a little bit too eager there, Kelly. Just comes through the back of Baggio. And you do not want to give this Miami side any dead ball opportunities to put the ball in with the likes of Paco Craig, Chapman Page, Bullock, and Yoda in the box. They have a lot of size and they're very good in the air, so you want to limit the dead ball opportunities you give to this side.
Adonijah Reed is over this, as is Billy Forbes. Looks like Reed will take it. Puts in a really good ball. Kuzminski let it slip through his fingers at the vital moment, but Patterson had it covered. Not exactly convincing there from Kuzminski, but again, Charleston let off the hook. Good idea on the flare out wide, but Charleston regained possession. The attack again, it was blocked on the edge of the penalty area by Robert Baggio. And he does well with a confident pass to find Akinyoti. Miami at home this season, this is their 12th game, 8 wins, 3 defeats, no draws at home this season. Charleston have 3 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 draws away from home. And many coaches will tell you that that's pretty par for the course in the USL Championship. So tough to win away from home in this league, but when you're able to do it, the points are worth their weight in gold. And Charleston's off to a good start here tonight, but we obviously know the strengths that Miami can always bring to the table, and we've seen doses of that so far. It's Francois using his pace to chase down Kuzminski, who's able to just get it away. And a foul will go Charleston's way. On this near side, Patterson drawing it, and then not thrilled with the way Junior Palacios handled that situation.
It's a hard challenge there from Palacio. He gets a lot of A.J. Patterson. He knows what he's doing there, and A.J. Patterson is not happy. But going back to it, to have a keeper that's that comfortable with your feet, to be able to spring balls out the outside, it's just such a luxury for the Charleston Battery team and this Miami squad. We're having two keepers that are very comfortable. We see again, Palacio just gets a lot of Patterson. Just comes through him.
Forbes putting a little bit of token pressure on, and why not? Charleston have been struggling with it a little bit so far. Kelly outlets. Guess the stat that Miami fans will want to hear is the last two times Charleston have led here, they've led by multiple goals and lost both times. Reed looking for a leveler here for Miami. Palacios, first time ball in. Kelly there defensively for Charleston. And then it's a lovely little touch there by Harmon to open things up potentially here for the Battery. DZ Harmon tried to slide it through. It was touched forward. Zaracostas, and then off the line from Paco Craig. And Charleston will have to settle for a corner.
And what work this is from DZ Harmon, and the composure to pick up his head. But it's all about this last-ditch defending there from Paco Craig. If that ball goes in, it's a big hill to climb for this Miami squad. But what a save of a goal that is from Paco Craig.
The pink-haired defender comes up with a huge, huge defensive clearance to keep the score as is. There's a Charleston player down that's being attended to at the moment. Looks like we're ready to go on this corner kick as Charleston continue to push for a second. Well, Zico Lewis has already worked some magic already tonight. That's how Charleston scored their first. He puts in another really good ball, and it was headed down by Archer. And he wasn't able to hit the target. Boy, Zico Lewis is just hitting them on a dime tonight. And Leland Archer couldn't direct it on target.
And that's the type of player he has. With that left foot, it's just pure class. He puts the ball where he wants. And if you're Archer, you want to do better with that. Try to get that on target and ask questions of Connor Sparrow.
What a start for Zico Lewis and Charleston Battery. Boy, there's not many players in the league that can do that consistently, what Zico Lewis has shown you from set pieces tonight. When Francois tried to catch Leland Archer between thoughts there, in the end caught him physically, and he will be booked for his challenge. And we'll take another look at this bookable offense from Francois.
Yeah, Francois, he just sees the ball and puts his leg where he has no need to do it. He's a little bit too eager to win that ball. But if you're Archer, you have to be more active. You have to be a little bit more intense, and it's just too lackadaisical, too slow in this back, and that's why this Miami team is trying to get pick balls off of the defenders, off the goalkeeper. So you have to keep an eye on that.
Leland Archer will reset things as and Francois is into the referee's book. First booking of the night for either side. Kuzminski sends it forward. I think it was just touched forward as well by Repetto. And then Penn couldn't keep it in. Sparrow. Sparrow is 4th in USL Championship play this season, coming into the night. It's 71 saves this season. And it's Paco Craig's big moment that has kept it 1-0. But now Miami have numbers here if they hurry. Forbes awaits some help on the far side. Great pass back to Forbes, who lays it off. Akinyoti. Now he picks his head up, assesses his options, plays Francois in behind. And Francois, oh, that nearly nicked the crossbar on the way through. Kuzminski, I don't think, got a touch to that.
And in that last situation, I would want Billy Forbes to be a little bit more direct. You see Francois making a run across his back line, but he elects to push it outside. You want a player that's informed, like Billy Forbes, that has a quality like him, to drive, either get a shot on target or slip in Francois.
Miami are able to keep this alive with a Chapman-Page challenge initially, but Charleston win it back. DeRosa. To Kelly. And Charleston, I think for the first time tonight, will slow things down a little bit. It's been a frantic but fun first half so far in Miami. Chapman-Page. And again, it'll go back to Connor Sparrow. Now Paco Craig. Billy Forbes is the target on this far side. Flag stays down. Billy Forbes, and he was trying to find Francois, who was cutting through. And he wins a corner for Miami FC.
And it's good movement here from Billy Forbes to get in behind. But what I really like is he's able to pick his head up. And again, it's an unbelievable movement from Francois to come near post, then go back post. Unlucky it didn't come up, but you see Billy Forbes is getting more into the game. He's getting on the ball more. And that's what you need if you're a Miami fan.
Miami looking to answer the Charleston goal that came off a corner at the opposite end. And opened the scoring. It was Patrick Hogan, his first goal of the season. That's the difference so far, and another chance for Miami centrally. Akinyoti was closest to it. Both teams appealing for a potential corner, or in Charleston's case, they wanted a goal kick. Looks like Miami will get another shot at it. Half an hour gone, and Miami looking for an equalizer. Reed will take it for Paul Dalglish's side. It's another good ball, and the header is down, and it's tipped over from Kuzminski. Callum Chapman-Page got really good power behind it. It was a tough angle for him, too, to do so. Miami will get a third chance. It's another good ball in, another header down, and it's just a whisker wide from Paco Craig.
And what a series of corner kicks this is for Miami. Players are able to get free and get their head on the ball. Unlucky enough not to put it on target and really ask questions of Kaminsky, but if you're the Charleston Battery, you need to be better marking. You cannot give up free headers to players like Paco Craig and Chapman-Page. They will make you pay. And again, I think they're able to escape a situation and not concede a goal here.
Feels like we've said that a few times in this first half for Charleston. Miami a little unfortunate not to be on the score sheet. Reed and Kelly, the two 21s, getting tangled in the midfield. Nice play from Francois. Was able to get McFarlane in on it initially, and He can recycle it through Speedy Williams. He had the right idea trying to switch fields, but it was cut out defensively by Charleston. The goal scorer now, Hogan. He tries to pick a ball out. Penn, able to control this. Still Josh Penn. It's in a cross, and Sparrow had to lunge, but he was able to corral it. Now Reed and Palacios. This is Francois. And Reed dispossessed by Kelly. Oh, lovely little back heel by Harmon. Last year when these two met in Miami, it was one of the best games of the season. Miami were 2-0 down in that game. They were 3-1 down in that game, and they came back to win it by 4-3. Obviously, they won here 3-2 earlier this season, very similar fashion. And obviously, Charleston have had their fair share of success at home as well against Miami this season. And we've had what we expected so far. A lot of excitement, a lot of chances. And obviously, like you said, Ricky, earlier, this one means more just because of the playoff implications. We're late in the season, getting very close to the home stretch. And Charleston are trying to find their way into the top 4. Little push and a chase on this far side, and then a push over leads to a Miami free kick.
And it's really well recovered there from Baggio. He gets beat on a 1-2, but he's able to get his position and put his body in. When once he feels a little bit of contact, he goes down to win a free kick. At the end, it's really well defended there.
Oh, lovely give and go after McFarland nearly gave that away, and Francois offside. Although he didn't think so, but the flag did go up.
As an attacker, you never think you're offside. But he's been active. He's been wanting to get in behind. Do you say there? Yeah, just a little bit too eager, about a yard offside. But it's a good line there from Charleston.
Great camera work as well by our crew, getting that shot. Just a little too early with his run, Francois. 10 minutes to go in this first half, and Charleston could be in here. Harmon, and then he touched it too close to Paco Craig. There's a real chance with the combination up top of Repetto and Harmon. Ooh, and Angelo Kelly with a very rare misplaced pass. Miami won't complain. They'll retake possession. Chapman Page was able to thread that through. Reed's touch was a little too strong. This is Penn. And Palacios stops him in his tracks.
Up here, ref. AJ, keep coming.
Ooh, nearly spilled over there in front of Paul Dalglish on the near side, although now Charleston are spilling forward here. Lovely from Lewis. Zaracostas. He lays it off. Just kind of scooped in the end up, and Miami will take that as Connor Sparrow is able to easily corral that. Could have been a better delivery.
And you can just see what a special player Zico Lewis is. Just that first touch to beat that first line of pressure. and then have the skill set and the vision to find that pass to slip in Zaragoza's. Unfortunate enough, it's not able to come out in a goal-scoring opportunity, but you just see the quality that Zico Lewis has.
Reed and Kelly been getting well acquainted with each other in this first half and continue to do so. Miami take it quickly. Yodi. Paco Craig had to be quick and was in the end. Near side now. McFarland initially, now Palacios. Williams leaves it for Paco Craig. And Paco Craig's touch was a little too strong. And Charleston could have been in there. It was a crucial touch by Yodi, who's so good defensively in that midfield spot. Paul Dalglish was so positive talking about him earlier this week. And then Miami will settle for a throw.
And he just covers so much ground. You see there, they go through. Paco Craig is out of position, but Yodi just covers so much ground for this Miami side. He does so much dirty work that goes unnoticed, and he's such a pivotal part in this midfield three of this Miami FC squad.
McFarland now for Miami. Couple of step overs, didn't fool AJ Patterson. Palacios puts it right back into the field of play. And then sends it into the penalty area for Francois to maneuver. He scoops it up for Forbes. And Charleston just about get it away. It's not fully cleared though. It falls for Yodi. He finds Reed. Reed trying to find Francois, and Patterson clears. But Miami get it back. Good work by Chapman Page dealing with Repetto, who was trying to hold up the play. Nice little cut back there, a little layoff now. Yodi onto it. Williams beside him, he leaves it for Craig. Patient, probing build-up play for Miami. McFarland with a good ball in, and it was dealt with by Leland Archer. It's out for a throw, excuse me, a corner.
And it's a good attack from this Miami FC squad. They're patient, they're moving the ball side to side, finding those gaps, when to penetrate. Unbalancing this Charleston battery back line, and it ends up with another corner. They've been very dangerous on corners so far, so look for another good service here from Reed.
Seems like that's been providing some of the best opportunities tonight for both sides. Obviously, Hogan scored from a set piece, from a corner specifically. Now Reed puts in another good ball. Leland Archer got ahead to it defensively. Baggio initially on the recycle. Forbes with a good ball back in. Chapman Page was closest to it, but he fouls Leland Archer. And those two bark it back and forth at each other.
You can tell how much this game means for both squads. The barking, the hard tackles, the late challenges. This is playoff soccer, getting into playoff soccer. It's really exciting to see, and you can just tell each team's need these 3 points.
That's the beautiful part of the USL Championship, especially this season. None of the races are done, and there's still plenty of games to go. And the Atlantic Division could very well, as it is tonight, take center stage as we hit the home stretch of this USL Championship regular season. Charleston on the attack now. Switch of fields. Zaracostas on the opposite end, where he's been for pretty much all of the first half, but he's dispossessed. Francois fools him to find a teammate and keep possession. It is worth mentioning, also in this division tonight, Charlotte picked up a huge victory earlier against Pittsburgh. They won by 1-0 at American Legion Memorial Stadium. So that puts the pressure even more on Charleston, who keep attacking here, and Sparrow denies them. And Palacios just gets that away before Kelly could regain possession. Now Miami in behind with Francois, and it's too far in front. And Kuzminski, after baiting Francois a little bit, will pick this up.
And one thing to note, Francois has been non-stop making runs in behind this Charleston back line across the field. And if you're the Charleston, if you're Hogan, if you're Archer, you have to be aware of that. You have to keep an eye on him for the rest of this match because he's been very active and getting in dangerous situations.
And there's a Charleston player down here on this near side, Zara Costas. Of course, had just been kind of getting back into the fray for Charleston. Obviously, hopefully for his sake and his team's sake, he's okay. And he'll be helped to his feet. Just to finish the thought on Charlotte Independence, it was an 82nd minute winner from Irvin Parra.
Wow.
That gave Mike Jeffrey's side the win over Bob Lilly's boys, and that's a huge victory for Charlotte Independence as they try to also lock down the 4 spot in the Atlantic Division. But again, Charleston can't control that. All they can control is this tonight. They're still in good position so far as we get closer to halftime.
And it's just such a tight division. A win can put you into a better situation, but as a player, it's so important not to get caught up in that. You have to focus on the game that you're playing in right now. Because you know what, once these boys go into the locker room at halftime, they're going to hear that score. But you have to focus on getting 3 points at the game at hand and focus on the match that you're playing in right now and not pay too much attention to the table.
Obviously, we still have a long way to go in this one, but it is worth noting, October 16th at Charlotte, Charleston and the Independents will do battle, so there's still time to make up the points before that big fixture that could really be a big decider. Meanwhile, Miami in search of an equalizer. Kuzminski denies them. Of course, Miami third at the moment in the Atlantic Division on 41 points. Coming into this seeding, that's actually not a bad result for them as they're trying to catch Pittsburgh for that 2nd spot. And of course, that would mean a home playoff game as well for Miami if they were able to eclipse the Riverhounds. So if they can turn this result around, that looks pretty good for them moving forward. Looking for an equalizer at the moment with Francois, and he nearly found Forbes on the opposite end. Still not cleared, though, by Charleston. Was picked up on that far side, I believe, by Baggio initially. Reed lofting it in, looking for Francois. McFarland on the cover, keeps it alive. And McFarland does well, wins a corner for Miami.
Again, I sound like your broken record, but Francois is able to get in behind. As we see here, he's been active all half and put a brilliant ball, but Billy Forbes is just unable to get his head on that, but it's good signs of seeing those two link up. Those two have been very active as the half has gone on.
We're into stoppage time now at the end of this really exciting first half. Reed whips this in for Miami. Charleston just help it on and out for a throw. Another chance at some service here. Good header away at the edge of the penalty area, and Speedy Williams puts that in a dangerous spot here. Repetto gets on the end of this. He can just kind of hold up the play for Charleston. See there the Miami FC Youth Academy stoppage time. We've had just about half of it, 2 minutes at the end of this first half. And Repetto did really well to use up some of that clock and stop a Miami attack, at least a Miami recycle that could have led to an attack.
And it is smart play at the end to win a deep throw-in for his squad and kind of kill that Miami attack that was brewing at the later part of this half.
Well, if you're just joining us, 14th minute, corner kick was swung in by Zico Lewis, and Patrick Hogan, with his first Charleston Battery goal of the season, opened the scoring. And it's been that way ever since. Couple of miscues from Joe Kuzminski and company at the back have let Miami in for a couple of chances that they haven't been able to make the most of. And to be fair, Charleston could have scored a couple of more times as well. Both opportunities also coming through, you guessed it, Zico Lewis, who's been phenomenal for Mike Anhauser's side in this first half as Zara Costas gives chase. I think just kept that in, but couldn't hold on to possession. And that'll be the last act of a really fun first half in Miami. Hogan's goal separates the sides so far, but Ricky, I've got a feeling there's a lot more to come.
There is, but if you're Miami, you need your top three to be a little bit more active. You want Reed to get on the ball more and find Francois in better situations. You need those three to produce a little bit of magic. And for the Charleston battery, Claudio Repetto needs to be a little bit more active in holding on the ball and getting Lewis and Kelly on the ball.
Well, this was exciting. We're excited for the next 45 minutes as well. This fixture always tends to deliver in the USL Championship. It's been frantic, it's been fun, and it means a lot for both teams. Hogan's goal separates the sides at the half. Charleston in control at the moment. We look forward to the next 45 minutes. We'll take a break. Halftime is next from Miami.
Once in a lifetime experience, really, honestly, and to really see how the quality that these players have, it's a blessing. I know for me and my teammates, we learned so much.
Man, it was an awesome day. I think it's a really good opportunity for our team to just see where we're at.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for them. It's definitely something that I wish I would have been able to do as a kid.
We know that the level that we have to be at, these guys, they were stronger than us, faster than us, quicker than us, and we know that we can one day get to this level because this is a great learning experience for us.
We get to aspire to be that. And it also shows them that we're just regular players just like they are, you know? And, you know, we come from where they are.
Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin here, back at the half with you. This halftime is brought to you by Macron. Shop the new 2021 Miami FC Macron jersey collection at miamifc.com. Let's take a look at the USL Championship highlights from the past week. We start in Hartford, Connecticut, and Ricky, Harry Watling's boys really needed a result, and half an hour in against Real Monarchs, they got the opening goal.
And it's a clever little ball there from Barrera to find Obregon, and that's a clean finish. You cannot hit that ball any harder to roof that. What a goal that is for Obregon.
83rd minute, Hartford on a losing streak. They really needed a result. They get a little bit of a fortunate bounce. It goes down as an own goal.
And good things happen when you put the ball in dangerous situations, as we see it right there. Much needed win for Hartford there.
They win it by 2-0. They end the losing streak. Red Bulls 2 against one of the players in the West, San Antonio. This one in New Jersey, and San Antonio found the breakthrough.
And it is a clever individual goal there by Gallegos, just to group by a couple players and put that in the back of the net.
48th minute, Red Bulls 2 just don't deal with a corner. It goes down as an own goal, 2-0.
And you need to be better. You need to get that out of your box, but San Antonio won't ask any questions. They need the goal, and they'll take it.
San Antonio would go down to 10. Red Bulls 2 got it way back into the game in the 55th.
The ball just pops up, and it's a clean finish to that far post. Not enough on the day, and San Antonio picks up a much-needed 3 points.
Don't forget about San Antonio in that Western Conference playoff chase. They're still very much in the mix and got a big road victory over Red Bulls 2. And then Oakland roots against Tacoma Defiance. How about the way Oakland have been playing of late? They get a fortunate bounce off the face and then the goal into the back of the net.
No questions asked how it gets there. Just put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what Onfeka does. It is a great goal to start off the game in Oakland.
32nd minute, though. Tacoma, who've been playing better of late as well. Ray Serrano equalizes.
And it's a brilliant individual bit of skill. And to roof that on the top of the net. Unbelievable goal there from Ray Serrano for Tacoma.
And Wallfall in the 40th minute would take center stage. He's been so big for them all season, and what a strike that is.
Incredible. Such a clean and powerful strike. The keeper can't do anything about it, and you can just see how cool he is after that finish.
And then he scored earlier. Maveka in behind. He scores again.
Have a brace, Mafeka. Great run and a great finish. He was huge in this match for the Oakland Roots, who keep surging up that Pacific Division.
They might get in, you know. Oakland has been phenomenal in their first season in the USL Championship. We'll see how they finish the season. Of course, Phoenix rising against Las Vegas. It didn't take Phoenix long to open the scoring. Aiden Quinn.
And it's all about here. He's the first to react. Gets a little bit fortunate that Las Vegas is not unable to clear this, but he'll take it off to the corner to celebrate, and it's a great way to start this game for Phoenix Rising.
They weren't done by any stretch. 17th minute, Santi Moar with a towering header.
And you described it perfectly, Sean. What a header this is from Moar. Just climbs up and snaps his head. Nothing the keeper can do.
Vegas were able to get back into this, though. Not really well marked by Phoenix, and a header goes in from Vasquez.
I said it once, and I'll say it again. Good things happen when the ball's in dangerous situations.
And then what a goal this is from Arturo Rodriguez, the soccer equivalent of a pick six. He snagged it, and then he scored it.
Rodriguez, class, silky, great finish here.
And then Baquero finishing the job. 3 points for Phoenix. They won it by 4-1.
It's a cool, calm, collective finish there from John Baquero. Great first touch to put on the ball in the back of the net.
What a fun week of USL Championship action as the run-in continues towards the playoffs. We'll take a quick break. More halftime is next.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Tees it up, what a strike, and what a goal! Hartford has a goal! His right-footed shot, and it's in! Knocked away.
Looking for Para. Could fall for an opportunity here. The shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
I did get an interesting text from someone in the Phoenix organization talking about how big and physical that game was, and maybe they didn't necessarily know it was going to be just like that. I think they got a good taste. By the way, in case you're wondering, Forrest Lasso is competing for the Summer Olympics in gymnastics. Just wanted you to know. What you got next?
Lee Cohen, he was part of that routine.
Bring it to me.
Forrest Lasso, the defender of the year, leaping over the ad boards and pirouetting his way toward the dugout.
Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez, Espin back here with you. Excited for the second half between Miami and Charleston. We'll get there in just a few moments, but we'll start by taking a look around the league with the USL Championship news and notes. Obviously, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. That's running through the middle of October. We're excited about that. And Monterey Bay breaks through on their new stadium that's going to be set to open for the 2022 season. And then what else can you say? Tampa Bay Rowdies, Jan Ekra, they've just been phenomenal.
They have been phenomenal, and he has been phenomenal last week, and that's why he gets the Player of the Week.
He's been so good. The Rowdies are going to be tough to stop in the East, no question about that. And obviously the USL has had its impact on World Cup qualifying as well with Miles Robinson. Matt Turner, what a Gold Cup he had as well for the United States men's national team. And Tyler Adams as well, not just the U.S. men's national team, multiple national teams fighting for World Cup qualifying in CONCACAF are well represented.
And the future is bright. If you're a USL player, look at these guys as motivations because you can be here the same thing one day.
It's very cool to see all the success that those guys have been having. And of course, the USL Championship Team of the Week presented by Clear Audio. Boy, take your pick. It is a who's who of USL Championship talent. Obviously, in our game, Sparrow and Francois highlight the list. But one guy I want to point out for Charlotte, Hugh Roberts, has been phenomenal at the back this season. Who stands out for you?
For me, it's Francois and Connor Sparrow as well.
Yeah.
This Miami team has been tremendous as of late, and those two have been a big part in what they're doing. Obviously, you see Guinzotti there, Para. There's just so much talent in this Atlantic Division as we see on the Team of the Week.
Bernardo Forbes for Pittsburgh. Got to mention him. He's been phenomenal for Bob Lilly's side this season as well. We'll take one more break. When we come back, first half highlights and stats from Miami, and then the second half between the Battery and Miami FC.
This is a football city. From the grassroots to the turf. From the streets to the cleats. We are proud to represent this city. We are proud to represent Miami. We are proud to represent you. Your community, your club.
Here are the Hellbiz first half highlights between Miami and Charleston. We jump right to the 14th minute, and the opening goal, a phenomenal header by Patrick Hogan.
It's an unbelievable ball in, but it's an even better header. You can't head the ball better than that. What a goal that is for Hogan.
First goal of the season for Hogan. It separates the sides, and then Paco Craig nearly got his pink salad on the end of that and just couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, there's no one around him, and he's unlucky not to put that on target. But if you're Charleston, you need to clean it up in the back. You cannot be giving this Miami squad enough chances to get into that goal.
A couple of changes to make you aware of. 2 for Miami. Lamar Walker and Josh Perez are on for Paul Dalglish's side. Reed and Billy Forbes are off. And then on the other side of things, Jabel Perez is on for Charleston, and Stavros Zerakostas, who we saw go down a little bit at the end of the first half, makes way. So both teams make a couple of halftime adjustments, Ricky.
And it's going to be really interesting to see the impact Perez and Walker have. They're very creative players. They're very direct in their movement. They want the ball to feet, but they're able to run in behind. So it's going to be extremely important to get them on the ball early and often, and for Perez for the Charleston battery. You want to link up Repetto more. You want to get Harmon involved a little bit more. So it's a really good sub there for Perez on the left-hand side.
Teams switch sides as we are underway in the second half here at FIU Stadium in Miami, Florida. That Hogan goal back in the 14th minute is the difference, and it could provide Charleston with a massive victory, but still a long way to go, and the chance for the 305ers to get back into this is, again, Kuzminski not able to deal with that. He's had a couple of little miscues like that in this game. He almost let Billy Forbes in earlier in the first half, and this allows Miami to queue up another set piece where they have been very dangerous tonight.
And it's just not clean enough in the back for this Charleston battery squad. You do not want to give Miami an opportunity like this where they, like you said, they've been so dangerous, getting their head onto everything. So you know Coach Anhauser is not going to be happy with this start.
A little bit of a hesitation on the corner, and then Charleston had 3 there to deal with it at the near post, and Josh Penn is able to get this away. Miami on the attack again as Francois able to chest it down and center it, although Leland Archer was appealing for a handball in there. It's not been given. Play continues. Little layoff from Walker, who just came on. It's a good ball in, and the header is just over the top. Well, he had a really good chance in the first half, and Callum Chapman-Page nearly beats Kuzminski.
He's not paid to be a forward, but when you're that good of a header, you want to be in the box. It's a tremendous ball in from McFarland, and unlucky from Chapman-Page to not put it on target. But again, Miami's finding success with balls coming into the box. So you know Coach Anhauser is getting on Archer, is getting on Hogan to clean that up.
Now Sparrow had to venture outside of his penalty area to get that away. He did a good job staying forward there, Callum Chapman-Page. Just wasn't able to get it on target. Now the goal scorer, Hogan, all the way back to Archer. Zico Lewis just picking out passes for fun to find A.J. Patterson. He assisted on the opening goal for Charleston. It's a good hold-up play, although Miami are forcing Charleston back, and this is where it could get dangerous, and that was a crucial moment there as Miami could have been in behind, but Josh Perez, maybe not fully into the game yet, not able to spark a counterattack. Speedy Williams leaves it for Palacios. Lamar Walker now the substitute. Akin Yodi, who's had some good moments defensively for Miami tonight. And obviously, worth mentioning as well, the Paco Craig goal line clearance in the first half. That could have allowed Charleston to double their money as well. That was a crucial moment earlier on. Now Walker trying to slide that through. They've been really denying Francois when they can. Mike Anhauser talked about that with us earlier this week, that if they were able to stop the service to Francois and initially Forbes, although now he's been substituted, of course, be crucial for Charleston in their defensive battles tonight. That's been key so far to Charleston holding on to their lead. But now Miami with Akinyoti, although Kelly dispossesses him, and then a foul allows Miami, I should say Charleston, to alleviate the Miami pressure.
And we're 5 minutes into this first half, and you can just see the intensity of this Miami FC squad, squandering every single ball, pressing high, wanting to win the ball in their attacking half. And it's making it very difficult for Charleston to get out.
A little bit of a wayward pass there from Leland Archer. Couldn't find Josh Penn. Chapman Page just a little bit too far in front. Trying to find McFarland on that far side.
And one thing to note out coming for the rest of the second half is just to see the impact Lamar Walker has. He's a player who likes the ball at feet. There is a gap between the back line of the Charleston Battery and their midfield. So look for him to find those gaps, to get on the ball, that he's very comfortable with the ball in tight situations. So the likes of now Josh Perez, Francois running in behind is going to be really important in the Miami attack.
Well, Francois was the target on that ball over the top. This one in the end is easy for Joe Kuzminski. A little physical again, as we've seen a lot tonight. Although just one booking so far. Charleston are actually tied for third in the league with 60 yellow cards this season. Sparrow getting a little fancy there in a dangerous spot. Miami are actually second in the league with 5 sending offs this season. So these teams have seen plenty of referees' cards this season. But only the one tonight. Referee has let them play. It was actually Francois who's on the ball now, who picked up that booking. He's looking to pick up a teammate there. Just wasn't able to slide that through, but Miami get a throw. Francois had to work for everything tonight. I think that's the plan that Mike Anhauser put forth to his team, and they've executed it so far. Now McFarland gets past one, took a deflection. Archer helps it on. Only as far as Williams. Now Akinyoti. Baggio. Perez, the substitute. Dazzling skill. Trying to set up his fellow substitute. It comes out for Williams, and it hits the post. Well, it was marvelous build-up play from Josh Perez. And the layoff was sumptuous, but Speedy Williams just couldn't hit the back of the net.
And if you're a substitute, you want to make an impact. And these two substitutes link up to make a tremendous impact. And you can just see the class Speedy Williams has. Just so unlucky not to get that inside of the post. But again, Miami has been very active in these first couple minutes coming out of the locker rooms. And it's a good sign if you're Coach Paul Dalglish.
Speedy Williams, of course, part of a 2018 Lou City team that won the USL Cup at the expense of Phoenix Rising. And at the expense of, obviously, one of the new teammates here in Miami, Chris Cortez, who was just signed on Friday to come in, not in contention, or I should say he was in contention for a potential place in the team today, ended up not being ready. Of course, he was on that Phoenix team that lost the final. And we're told that it looks like AJ Patterson's race is run. Looks like Charleston are going to make a substitution here. Well, they've been banged up for a good portion of this year, the Battery. So you hope that A.J. Patterson is okay. But it looks like Jared Van Schaik is going to come on to take his place.
And if you're Coach Inhauser, that's something you do not want to see. On our call with him this week, he just praised about how important A.J. Patterson has been, how versatile he is, whether it's in the middle, whether it's on the left. So you're hoping it's not a serious injury. Good signs he's able to walk off alone, but hopefully he's okay moving forward.
Obviously a great replacement. Jared Van Schaik has been a crucial part of this Charleston team in recent years as well. Like you said, Coach Mike Anhauser was just beaming with pride over talking about A.J. Patterson's impact on this year's team. So again, we send our best wishes to him. Hopefully he's okay. Meanwhile, Miami off a counter, I should say off a missed pass, tried to counter here, but Francois is absolutely manhandled by Leland Archer. Great defensive work.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. You can tell that those two have been going at it all night. Do not like each other, do not want to lose to each other, do not want to lose the best of each other. So it's really important to see that relationship going on in the middle of that park.
And also for Mike Anhauser, just having Leland Archer back for selection was big for him this week. Gave him and sounds like the rest of the team a boost, having somebody like that back in the lineup. Although again, Charleston, a little bit of a poor giveaway in the midfield, allowing Miami to pick possession back up. But that's why Leland Archer's in there, for situations like that.
Of course, and he's such a big part of this Charleston backline and what they want to do going forward. He is the leader of that squad. That's why he wears the captain armband.
Perez was the target. Penn helps it along. A little bit of a slip there allows McFarland to gain possession for Miami. Now Walker, good pass through, and Perez, oh, he could have touched it right in front of goal. Instead, he has to run to the corner flag to keep it alive. Walker. Lovely pass through, at least the idea was good, but no run was made by Perez. And the attack for Miami, despite its good intentions, breaks down.
Yeah, just lacking execution in that final third. It's a brilliant idea there from Walker to find Perez. Just the ball is just out of his reach. If he gets a clean touch on that, that's a clean strike on goal.
You can see the encouragement from Paul Dalglish just a moment ago on your screen. He's got to be happy with Miami trying to get a foothold into this game again. Haven't seen nearly as many chances either for Charleston in this second half. Miami have had their foot on the gas, but have yet to find an equalizer. One back by Junior Palacios, who ends up getting fouled by Van Schaik, who is not amused by the decision.
And Charleston is having a really, really difficult time playing out of their back. Bad giveaways, but that's when you want someone like Zico Lewis, like a Claudio Repetto, to drop down, to get on the ball, to invite pressure on their back and play their players in. They've been struggling so far into the second half to play out of their back line.
Francois for Walker, and it was blocked by the goal scorer Hogan. Now Charleston's turn to attack, and it's a lovely little dink through, but a crucial challenge allows Miami to then go on and win a foul and take it quickly. Back line of Miami recovered really well there. Now Baggio sends a ball through. Oh, wonderfully done. Can he finish? Oh, Francois skies it. It was on a silver platter for Cristiano Francois. He went for the cheeky chip and instead went over the top.
And this ball is tremendous. The vision, the class. It's just that first touch of Francois lets him down, and that's why he has to elect to chip it over. But you would like to see him take another touch and round Kuminski it's a golden opportunity that's missing. You know he's not going to be happy with himself, and he wants that one back.
Well, it looks like we are going to see a potential change for Miami upcoming. We'll await confirmation on that, but the boys in orange continue to turn the screw here. One back again by Speedy Williams. Akinyoti. Another ball played through here. Walker, Francois to his right. Walker finds him, and Francois misses again. The goal was gaping, and to be fair, the ball was a little bit behind him. But Francois again on the doorstep, can't finish.
Again, it's the two substitutes linking up, and it's very unselfish there from Walker. And again, Francois will not be happy with himself. He just gets caught on the turf and is unable to get his feet underneath him to tap that in. But again, a golden opportunity missed for this Miami squad.
Looks like Sean McFarland is going to be substituted here. And Ariel Martinez, who's been very good at times for Miami this season, will try to make it a memorable half an hour for the home side.
And he's a player who likes the ball to his feet. He's able to draw defenders to him, to find that killer pass, and can finish. Look for him to slide into the middle of the three of Miami and Junior Palacios to vacate that right back role.
30 minutes to go. Miami have come oh so close, and a mistake at the back. And this time, Hogan isn't punished as it's just further enough back for Kuzminski to get a hold of it. My goodness.
This Charleston Battery squad is playing with fire in this back line. Miami has so much firepower, and they will make you pay sooner or later, so you have to clean it up. You know Coach Anheuser is not going to be happy with what's happening in the second half. It's just too slow. The tempo's not there. Too lackadaisical.
Oh, Penn, that was a great first touch forward, and Miami were able to just about deal with it in the end. Callum Chapman-Page's intervention there was crucial. Although Baggio misjudged it, but luckily for Miami at least, the offside flag goes up against Claudio Repetto. Although Mike Anheuser, I don't think, was thrilled about that, or possibly something else. His team is a little bit up against it, despite leading by a goal to nil. Here's Palacios. The substitute, Walker. Here's Martinez. His pass is cut out, as Ben DeRosa was able to get a foot in. Paco Craig leaving it for Baggio. And it's going to be a throw-in for Miami. They take it quickly. Martinez for Perez. The substitutes combine on this near side. Walker is trying to provide an outlet. Baggio instead is there to help. Akinyoti. Miami try to find their way through this Charleston defense. Speedy Williams. And again, for the moment, Charleston able to keep their shape, make Miami look for different angles. Perez. Baggio. Now Paco Craig. Martinez is able to move it forward, but in the end, Van Schaik was able to clear it. Miami win it back. Williams. Walker. Lamar Walker. He goes for it. It took a deflection. It goes over the top. And it's a goal kick. It hit his own teammate on the way through. So unlucky for Lamar Walker.
And it's really good patience football from this Miami FC squad. I lost count of the number of passes they had, but again, you see a little bit of magic here from Lamar Walker, and he's just so unlucky that this does not find the backline net. I think it takes a hit off Ariel Martinez, his back heel. Doesn't know anything about it. But again, Miami FC is playing Such patience, smart football, moving the ball left to right, finding the gaps when to exploit this Charleston Battery back line.
Oh, another mistake in the midfield from Charleston. Miami, though, have not been able to make them pay when they've been given chances like that. Lovely little Maradona turn by Penn through the midfield to regain possession for the Battery. The last 5 minutes alone, it feels like Miami's had a chance every minute, but they haven't been able to score. Can Charleston make them pay for being so wasteful? Williams. Perez, oh, he gives it away in a dangerous spot. Harmon trying to break through, he can't. And it's good defending in the end by Miami to get it away. Now Martinez scampers past Lewis. Trying to feed it through the Walker, and Leland Archer was there defensively along with Van Schaik. One back by Akinyoti. Not able to find Martinez. Now Charleston haven't had too many foray forwards in this second half. Van Schaik. Offside flag does go up. And Charleston's attack breaks down. 25 minutes to go. And the Battery are clinging right now to their lead of 1-0.
And it's just too stagnant for this Charleston Battery squad. There's not enough runs in behind. One come, one go. People are just standing and staring at the ball, the player with the ball. You would like Ezekiel Lewis to get on the ball and produce a little bit of magic.
Penn off a giveaway. Penn tried to find a teammate in the middle of the penalty area. He'll settle for a corner for Charleston. Well, Mike Anhauser mulling things over here on this near side. He's got to be happy with the lead, but as you mentioned earlier, Ricky, so many chances presented to Miami off of Charleston mistakes in this second half, but Paul Dalglish's side have not been able to bury any of them, at least not yet. Corner kick here for Charleston. They scored on one in the first half, and again, it was a really good ball in from Zico Lewis. Great shape on it, but nobody there to get on the end of it. Again, if you're just joining us, we had a weather delay before the start of this one. Luckily, the weather was able to pass by. Mother Nature gave us some help, and we got things started just before 9 p.m. on the East. And this game has certainly been enthralling from the get-go. Opening goal from Patrick Hogan in the 14th minute separates the sides. And if this fixture's any indication, we've got more drama upcoming. Perez poking it through. Walker helping it on. Martinez invited to shoot pretty much. He finds Walker, and it's in! Miami cuts through Charleston's back line, and the substitute Lamar Walker equalizes. 1-1 in Miami with plenty of time to go.
And it was coming. It was coming. The three substitutes that have came on, Perez, Walker, Martinez, all combined on this goal. You can see the interchange. There's a little bit of deflection, but Lamar Walker will not mind, and he puts the ball in the back of the net for a well-deserved goal for this Miami FC squad. You can see how much it means to Coach Dalglish. They've been on the attack all night in the second half, and it's a well-deserved goal.
To help his goal for Miami, Lamar Walker's 4th goal of the season. And we're square. Looks like a couple of changes upcoming for Charleston. Told Eric McHugh is on. Ben DeRosa makes way. And we'll also see Bunting come on. And DZ Harmon is going to be withdrawn here for Charleston. And it looks like Miami have dipped in to the reserves as well. As Robert Baggio has been withdrawn. And Janos Luba is on for Miami. It's 1-1 with it all to play for now. Luba's first touch. Miami have come from behind the last 2 times they've played Charleston here. They're halfway to doing it for a 3rd time, Ricky.
And it's well deserved. Coming out of the locker room, this Miami squad has been on the front foot. They've been interchanging. They've been on pressing. They've been winning the ball in dangerous areas. The only thing that was lacking was that final goal, that final pass. And you see Martinez comes in. Josh Perez has been very active since coming on, linking up with Martinez to have that composure to find Omar Walker, and he does the rest. Those 3 have been tremendous since stepping onto the field.
The goal has certainly come with the run of play in this second half. Miami honestly could have scored 4 before that one went in. A couple of big missed chances from Francois. The deflection that Walker had on his shot from Ariel Martinez, his own teammate, that sent it over the bar. But finally, Walker was able to equalize his 4th goal on the campaign. And with 20 minutes to go, it's anyone's game in Miami. Certainly on a knife edge at the moment. Go ahead, Ricky.
And with the game meaning so much, you would want the Charleston battery to step up. This could be your season. You want all the points you need to push into this playoff contention. You know Coach Inhauser is looking at his big-time players. Claudio Repetto there. Zico Lewis, Josh Penn, who's on loan, who's right here, who's been very active on this right-hand side. You want those guys to look around and say, give me the ball. I will make something special happen. I will produce a little bit of magic when my team needs me. So it's going to be a really important last 20 minutes for this Charleston side.
As far as this fixture has been concerned, these last 2 years, the script has remained unchanged, at least in the Miami version. Charleston take the lead, Miami responds. Walker, the goal scorer, he was a little fortunate as Kelly slipped on the way through. Now Josh Perez played in behind. It was a great first touch, but Leland Archer is able to make up the ground.
What defending that is from Archer to be able to cover that ground in such little time and to deny a goal-scoring opportunity here for Josh Perez. Tremendous defending from the big man.
Crucial from Leland Archer. And now, Miami again will recycle it and try again. Again, last year here, Charleston were 2-0 up. They were 3-1 up in the second half. Miami came back to win by 4 goals to 3. And then earlier this season, Charleston here were 2-0 up. Miami came back and they won 3-2. It's only the 1 tonight, but Miami have equalized. And Charleston have just not had the same venom in the attack as we saw in the first half.
And it's just been lacking. And that might have to play with the short recovery time, the travel. But this is your season. This is crunch time. This is when you want to step up and get these 3 points.
Can Miami, with Pittsburgh's loss tonight, can make up some ground in that race for the top 2 in the Atlantic Division? Point would already help, but 3 for Paul Dalglish's side would be crucial. Mike Anhauser obviously trying to keep pace with Charlotte, who defeated Pittsburgh earlier tonight. But his side still has more work to do. It was played forward by Perez for Charleston. Now Kelly. Hogan, the goal scorer, over to Leland Archer. Now Van Schaik. Plays it out wide. Charleston being a bit more purposeful with their attacking style here. And Zico Lewis, a rare miscue from him. He gives it away. And this is where Miami can be very dangerous. Perez dances across and around a couple of Charleston defenders. Lewis trying to hold him back and Does so successfully, which means he's going to be booked.
And it's a smart foul here from Zico Lewis. If he does not foul or bring down Josh Perez there, they are off to the races and running at their back line. So again, we're taking a look at it here. Zico Lewis, it's a smart professional foul. He knows what he's doing, because if Josh Perez gets away from him, he has the likes of Francois Walker making runs in behind.
An assist already for Lewis tonight on that opening goal. It was a beautiful corner kick that he whipped in that allowed Patrick Hogan to thump in the opening goal from his head. Since then, Miami have equalized and look the more likely to score again. Luba to Walker, who equalized just moments ago. Plays it all the way back. Chapman, Page, Martinez tried to find Walker. Martinez then tried to get ahead onto that, and a little bit of miscommunication there, but Charleston were able to regain possession. Repetto to Penn. Penn, who took a deflection on the way through. And it was fortunate that nobody was making a run into the penalty area. But now Speedy Williams playing this in behind. Francois, who would love nothing more than to atone for some of his misses tonight. Walker to Perez. Now Martinez. Martinez again, 15 minutes remaining in Miami. Williams. And it's played out wide. Luba. Williams. Now Akinyoti. Martinez. Williams had to evade the referee, but he got on the end of it. Now Martinez lofting it over the top. Luba just a little too far for him, or did he keep that in? He did, it looks like. But Charleston had it well covered. It's cleared though only as far as Williams. Miami setting up base camp right now in the final third. Luba's ball across, and Kuzminski, although it wasn't the cleanest grab, was able to haul it in.
And it's a good idea from Luba to shape that ball around the back line, to find an attacker running on. But in the end, it's really well sniffed out there by Kuminski. But again, you want Charleston to have a little bit more energy. It's just a little bit too stagnant in the attack and defense. They're just setting up shop. You would like them to get on the ball, see if they can find a late winning goal, and grab a much needed 3 points moving into the playoffs.
Well, we've mentioned it multiple times, but it's worth reiterating. Obviously, Miami playing for different things at the moment than Charleston. They're trying to chase down the top two, and a win tonight could go a long way to doing just that. Charleston are just trying to get in, and obviously the run-in, still a lot of games left, but even a point, to be fair, tonight would be big for Charleston, but really 3 would jumpstart the chase for the 4th spot, especially with Charlotte knocking off Pittsburgh earlier tonight. Irving Parra scoring in the 82nd minute to give Independence all 3 points at home, where they've been so dominant this season in USL Championship play. And Miami, once again, in this fixture, trying to hold serve at home. Road team has never won in this fixture. And Miami, despite being down for most of the night, were able to equalize just about 10 minutes ago, 67th minute, pardon. The assist from the substitute Martinez to the substitute Walker. That man who made it 1-1 as they knifed through the Battery back line. Coming down on 12 minutes to go. There is a player down here for the Battery. And it is the goal scorer, Patrick Hogan. And he's actually going to be taken off here. So more worries for Mike Anhauser and company. on the injury front potentially, and it's going to be Burke Failing who's going to come on here. And it's been the bugaboo this season at times for the Battery. And their depth will be tested again, this time at the back with the goal scorer Hogan being taken off.
And again, it's super unfortunate here for the Charleston Battery to have another player removed through injury. But if you're Coach Anhauser, this is when you really are testing your lineup. You know, you have guys that are on the bench that are not expecting to play, maybe that have played last game, that are playing in different positions, but this is when you really test your lineup to see how versatile they are and if they're ready to step up. So it's going to be a really important last 10 minutes here from Failing.
It was a good header there and good fight from Bunting initially to try and hold up the play there for Charleston. Now Failing picks it up for the Battery.
He replaces number 3, Patrick Hogan. Substitution taking place in the 79th minute.
Now Charleston trying to get more on the front foot. And they'll win a free kick, as it was the substitute, Jabel Perez. And he wins a free kick.
And it's crafty footwork here from the winger, just putting Palacios on his heels. And he gets taken down and gets another dangerous dead ball opportunity for his Charleston side. So look for Zico Lewis to take advantage of this and put a dangerous ball in to trouble Connor Sparrow.
This has been where Charleston has been the most dangerous tonight, on set pieces. And it's because of that man, as you just mentioned, Ricky, Zico Lewis. As we wait with bated breath to see where he's aiming this. Didn't get it past the first man this time. But Charleston regain it with Kelly. He'll try to put a ball in towards the back post. And the whistle goes before a shot can be taken. Boy, that was a really good opportunity for Charleston. But once again, a foul evaporates the attack.
And there's no need to foul there if you're Claudio Repetto. You do not want to push and give your team an opportunity not to get a chance on goal. It's a silly foul there that's not needed.
And it looks like Angelo Kelly, for that last sequence, has been shown a yellow as well. Well, to be fair, Kalen Radosov, our center official, has really let this game flow. He's let the players decide it. We've not seen a ton of bookings in this game. But we've certainly seen the passion and the fight and the fire from both of these teams tonight. As Miami now continue to push for what could be a winner. Charleston win a throw as Akinyoti couldn't deal with the clearance by Failing. Paco Craig with that crucial goal line clearance in the first half. Martinez, who assisted on the equalizer, couldn't find Francois.
Looking back on it now, how important was that goal line clearance from Paco Craig to keep this tremendous defending?
We've seen some great moments from Leland Archer as well, specifically in this second half, doing his part defensively for Charleston. Again, Repetto was the target, not able to find a teammate. As he tried to flick it on with his head. Now Paco Craig just able to slide it through for Speedy Williams. Now Luba to Walker. Martinez now looking to pick somebody out. Couldn't quite slide it through as he was dispossessed. Walker's going to let this run. And Miami have a throw with just under 7 minutes left of the 90. Ooh, Charleston were calling for a foul throw, I think, there. So it might have been bobbled a little bit, but I don't think it actually fell out of the hands. So Miami catch a little bit of a break there. Could have totally ended the attack. Although with the way they're countering, they might not mind Charleston having the ball in that position. Craig. Thought about going long, plays it short. Akinyoti, he'll play it long. Looking for Luba. And again, Luba puts in the extra effort to get on the end of that. But Charleston with Van Schaik clean that up, although Leland Archer was looking over to say, how did that stay in, referee? In the end, the attack breaks down. And now Penn has space to run into. Running at Akinyoti. Penn ends up striking for goal. And it's easy in the end for Sparrow, who we showed you at halftime's on the Team of the Week this week. Now Walker. Still looking for a moment that could be a difference maker tonight. He plays in Francois. But Joe Kuzminski was able to get there first.
And I think Lamar Walker just takes one touch too many. You have Perez running in, which I think would have been the better option, but he elects to take another touch, and it just breaks down.
Now Charleston having a turn here. Bunting with 5 minutes left of the 90 minutes. It was a good turn initially by Jabel Perez. Archer. Can't imagine either of these sides would be happy with a point. I think if it was a little earlier in the season maybe, but not this late, not with so much on the line. Repetto out wide for Kelly, and Kelly shanks it. Well, Repetto had a couple of options at the top of the penalty area, but didn't act quickly enough. And then Kelly just didn't have a good angle for the cross and wasn't even able to keep it in play.
Yeah, Repetto was just unable to get his head up quick enough to find, I think it was Josh Penn making a free run into that box. And then Kelly's going to be disappointed with that. Just a little bit of tired legs. With that comes loss of concentration and focus. Gets a missed cross, and it's a good opportunity miss here for the Charleston Battery.
Williams. Will there be a late twist in South Florida tonight? Craig. Akinyoti. Looking for Luba over the top, failing. Does well to backtrack, and he will concede the throw to Miami. Josh Perez now. Akinyoti trying to get through. It was good shielding, though, and Charleston are able to deal with it. Craig. Again, looking for Francois, sending him really close to this near side. Cristiano Francois, oh, he was brought down there, and it's a free kick, failing, pleading with the referee.
And there's no need to go to ground if you're failing here. He's going away from goal. Do not stick your foot into that. There's no need just to put a foot in when you don't need to. He's going away from the goal. You don't need to bring him down there, and it's a silly foul that's going to give this Miami squad a really good opportunity to look at goal.
Walker and Perez. Communicating over what they want to see here from this set piece. Walker, he hits it right into the wall. Trying to keep it in, he does. Second chance at it. A good chip to the back post. It takes a deflection, and it's off the bar on the second try from Martinez after Kuzminski kept it out the first time. And Paul Dalglish can't believe it. What a golden opportunity for Miami.
And it starts with this crafty turn from Walker. And there's shouts that people think it's over the line, and you see Martinez is a little bit too casual for me, thinks it's over the line, and you can tell how upset this Miami players were.
There was a handball appeal, I think, in there as well that Miami was looking for. It wasn't given. And now it's boiling over inside the penalty area with Archer getting into it with Akinyoti and Van Schaik stepping in as well. Well, this is what happens when you play great games against each other over the years, especially important games that matter. You see this kind of passion and intensity. Miami have a corner upcoming, and the referee has to decipher what he's seen here.
I was asking about something different. You're not that scared. You're not that scared.
It looks like Paco Craig is getting a talking to here from the referee initially. Paco Craig has not been booked tonight. As we get closer to 90 minutes being up here, in comes the corner. Oh, it's been missed by the goalkeeper, and Akinyoti! It took a deflection on the way through. Kuzminski had to get a piece of it, he didn't. But again, Miami missed the chance. It's another corner. And we have 6 more minutes of mayhem to come in Miami.
And how this ball does not go in is beyond me. Time after time, Miami is squandering golden opportunities.
Another chance. Oh, failing. He left it out for a chance. Now Martinez is blocked by Archer. Miami FC Youth Academy stoppage time. We've had 40 seconds of it. Can Miami find a late winner here? Francois, good ball in, and Leland Archer, I should say, out-jumped Paco Craig. Now Martinez lofting it in. Van Schaik there defensively, and now Charleston, can they snatch it? Ball played forward here. Goalkeeper Sparrow is way off his line. Heads it out, but keeps possession in the process. Boy, it's going to be a frantic finish, you feel, here at FIU Stadium. Josh Perez. And he miscues it. And Charleston have no problems with that. But add that last sequence to the list of missed Miami opportunities tonight. And Charleston again, just barely escaping. And another poor header, giving it back to Miami. Another chance. Williams. Walker. Good turn by Martinez. All the way back for Speedy Williams. Chapman Page. Able to find Akinyoti. Still 4 minutes of the added time minimum to go. Paco Craig. Lays it out wide. Palacios. Martinez tried to flick that through for Francois unsuccessfully. But again, Charleston not able to get possession. They are now, though, as Francois again denied on the entry pass, but they give it right back. Luba just got it past, failing, I should say, to find Perez, and it's another Miami corner. And we've played half of the 6 added minutes. In it comes. The header sends it back towards Francois. Francois sends it back in. Archer heads it away. A chance for Bunting and company to get this out. Though failing, not able to do so. First time of asking. Palacios backing him into a corner, but he fouls him in the process.
And it's a tough foul there from Palacio. You can see he's not happy. But just the work rate of this Miami squad has been tremendous in this second half. Not giving Charleston anything easy, especially letting them play out of the back. It's been non-existent for this Charleston Battery squad. And you know they're waiting for these last 2 minutes to escape here with a point. But if you're Miami, I feel like there's one more opportunity in this game to put the ball in the back of the net.
They've got 2 minutes, Miami, to try and complete another comeback against Charleston. Charleston just haven't looked likely in this second half for the majority of it. Miami, it's been one-way traffic. Luba. Can he pick out the pass? And it was just in front of Francois, who couldn't control it. And Charleston again have possession through Penn. But Akinyoti wins it back. Now Perez, and then failing with a crucial touch. Kelly trying to help Charleston on their way. Kelly again, but Kelly gives it away. Akinyoti. 1 minute left of the added time, and Miami have a free kick. Boy, it's hot potato right now.
And again, it's just giving the ball away too easy to this Miami FC squad. You can see Kelly, who I thought it was, tries to do a back heel on this sideline. There's no need for that. Clear the ball, clear your lines, relieve some pressure. Instead, you give this Miami squad another dangerous opportunity to put the ball in a dangerous area.
The goal scorer, Walker, takes this quickly. Williams lets fly, but the whistle went before that happened. Well, you're seeing Charleston players going down to their knees. They've given everything in this game. Looks like this will get retaken. It wasn't on the referee's whistle, potentially, not sure. This might be it. This might be the last chance for Miami to win this. And Walker's cross in leaves a lot to be desired. But it's kept alive by Luba. Charleston maybe have a chance, but Zico Lewis's pass is cut out by Luba. Maybe chance for one last moment. Archer there shuts it down initially. Akinyoti picks it back up. Referee looks at his watch. Play continues still. Walker sliding it through. It's out for a corner, but the referee blows for full time before it can be taken, and that is it. Somehow, some way, under a Miami barrage, Charleston survive and get out of Miami for just the second time in their history with a point. And Paul Dalglish's side settle for honors even in the 3:05 this evening.
And some ties feel like ties, some ties feel like losses, some ties feel like wins. For Miami, that definitely feels like a loss. Man of the match, Lamar Walker, was tremendous tonight. He came in, he scored that much-needed goal, was active, was on the ball very, very often, was confident. But if you're Paul Dalglish, you're not going to be happy with the result. You wanted 3 points coming out of here.
Helbis, man of the match. Well-deserved for Lamar Walker. He found the leveler in the second half, 67th minute to be exact, but so many, more than we can even count, missed opportunities for Paul Dalglish's Miami. They were the better team in the second half. I think even Mike Anhauser would admit that. But in the end, Charleston grab a point, and we will wrap things up after this. It was another breathtaking game between Miami and Charleston. This game seems to always deliver the drama. We'll wrap things up with highlights and stats after this. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez-Espin back here with you to wrap this one up from Miami, Florida tonight. It finished honors even between Miami FC and Charleston Battery. Hellbiz highlights now at full time from another thriller between these two in South Florida. 14th minute and the opening goal from Patrick Hogan.
And they needed a bright and early start, and they got that. You thought it was going to be smooth sailing for the Charleston Battery team after that bright start.
It was his first goal of the season, Hogan, and then Paco Craig, who did so well at the defensive end, nearly equalized.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that header. He finds himself in space, unlucky to not put that on target.
Then Miami just went on the offensive in the second half. 53rd minute, Perez dazzling, and then the chance.
Josh Perez was very active, same as Lamar Walker, and Speedy Williams is just so unlucky not to find the back of the net there.
On the hour mark, Lamar Walker setting things up, and then Francois, who had a host of opportunities, misses one at point-blank range.
Just unable to get his feet underneath him. That ball goes between his legs.
And then the equalizer from Walker.
And when you're a substitute, you want to make an impact. And Lamar Walker, Ariel Martinez, Josh Perez did just that. You can see them three combining for a much-needed and well-deserved goal for this Miami FC squad.
Boy, look at Paul Dalglish. Look at what it means to Miami FC. But they got nothing more than that, Ricky. Look at the full-time match stats. Tied as far as shots on target, but I think shots in possession tell more of the second half story. But Charleston may be disappointed in the big picture, but have to be thanking their lucky stars.
You know Paul Dalglish is not going to be happy with this squad not to get another goal. But if the Charleston Battery, you pick up a point, you wanted 3, but you move on, you get healthy, and you look to your next game to grab 3 points.
We'll take a look at the live table in the Atlantic Division as we hit the run-in in this USL Championship season. Positives for Miami, they made up a little bit of ground on Pittsburgh. Charleston do move up to 5th on a tiebreaker with Hartford, but Charlotte still are 7 points clear.
And if you're the Charleston Battery, you have some work to do. You cannot settle for anything less than 3 points moving forward. It's playoff time. It's coming playoff time. Show us what you're made of and get in that 4th spot.
It's going to be a heck of a race in the Atlantic Division as this season winds down. Well, this fixture, we expected it. It always delivers drama in the USL Championship. For just the second time ever, Charleston leave Miami with a point. Hogan opened the scoring. Walker found the answer, and the rivalry thickens between these two Atlantic Division foes. For Ricky Lopez-Espin and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Miami. It finishes after a thriller. Miami won, Charleston won, and the plot thickens.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.